Hello and welcome. Let me go ahead and preemptively apologize. I just realized that there's a lot of keyboard noise that goes on in my audio, but that's because I haven't figured out how to add a noise gate, which I will figure out later. So I've been making a couple videos on the banking system I've been working on, and I figured I would go ahead and make an in-depth video describing how everything works. Now, I gave a run over on my on a video I made earlier, but right here is like a working model. Don't laugh at my building skills; they're kind of crap. Let me do this real quick. All right. So let me go ahead and grab a key card from the old version because I can test the new one. So here's how it works essentially. You walk into the personal deposit box area, go in here, drop your key card. It'll light up. Go ahead and press the button. You'll give it a second. It'll run through. You can hear it going down. Now, because it stretches so far away, it's going to take a second to get here. Just give it 1 second. And there it is. There's your personal deposit box. Send it back. And wait for a few seconds while the access key scanner comes on back. You'll hear some pistons in the background. There it is. Beautiful. And there's the test key card. So that's currently working so far. So I wanted to give an in-depth display of how this works. So the whole thing is made up out of what I think are, what did I say, 3 main components? Well, technically 2 or 3 main components, depending on the way you look at it. The first is the item sorter. The second is the T flip-flop. And the last one is the rail section, but I'm not sure if you'd consider that a section. It more or less ties in with the T flip-flop. Now, this is a pretty standard T flip-flop right here. The only difference is it's constantly being powered by the redstone lamp under here. And it doesn't really matter that much. So let's go ahead and let's see, what should I do first? Let's go ahead and simulate an item falling in. Now, each hopper on the item sorter is hopper locked all the way down, and I need a special thing right here, you know, the chest alignment so that it can fall in. So this is a special key card, and I'll show you how to make one of these. It prevents counterfeiting. So if you toss this, okay, never mind, I guess. Go ahead and toss this over the pressure plate and into the hopper. All right, we saw a lot happen there. So let's go over what just happened. Of course, you get this signal. I'm pulling the signal off of the item sorter whenever it receives one of these. And it has a 4-tick repeater in order to create enough of a delay for the minecart to be sent off on its way. Right here, you can see it triggered the T flip-flop. It deactivated and reactivated the torch, putting it in this position. Dirt's right here. It activated this, which turned off this, and so this means that the keycard is ready to be sent back once the T flip-flop changes. And so you can also see the last thing right here is how the rail works. Whenever it is in storage, the rail is turned the other way. That way, the cart just skids by all the earlier iterations, but if not, it goes right on and back. So let's simulate that, going right back, and boom. Resets the T flip-flop, resets the rail, and you'll also see over here that the book has been ejected. If anyone wants, I'll include a world download for all of this in the comments, if anyone really needs it. But I think it should be fairly easy if I just do a quick run-by of everything. This has just 1 wheat in it. This composter. You can see that. Redstone torch. And the rail setup is pretty simple. And it's just a standard item sorter, but just on the side. And let me go ahead and show you how to make this. The reason it has the italicized thing is because of something very specific. Grab a book and quill. So in it, it has to be red. And so you see this says reserve issued personal deposit box access key. The reason that it's named is because it has a very specific, well, it has a very specific reason. Let me show you why. So once somebody wants to create an account in the reserve deposit box, they're going to need to take a few books and quills. They all have the same thing written in them. And so what they'll do is they'll sign. Instead of putting their name, they'll put a password. Let's just do password. And so when you sign and close, it gives a name. All right? But the thing is, all you have to do is copy the name with the same text. But here's what you can do. You can put it in there, and then you change it to the name of the user. So in this case, Axelkraz. There we go. And in this way, if you lose a key, or rather, it's harder for someone to reproduce a key just by signing their name. And it just sort of adds a layer of complexity to it. So if like someone gets a hold of you and forces you to sign a book, all you have to do is create a fake password. And so this just adds another layer of security to the thing, and it's better than making it so you have to read or you can't read the book at all or something. So let's go ahead and put this back. It's not the official one. I have a different password for mine. But that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy to work with. And just go ahead and send it back. Of course, it ejects it back. And one last thing that I need to show is actually the anti-braking measures that I have on this other version. So this one it looks a little complex, but it really isn't too bad. We can see that there's a water stream coming out of this dropper right here. And so you drop the access key in there and you fire it off, and it'll drop down and it'll go up. Now you'll see that the water can flow to the left. That's because this latch hasn't been activated yet. When the item runs over that pressure plate, it sends a signal and it switches the latch, which signifies that the machine is currently in use. And there's currently an item in the sorter, and there is currently a cart on the rail. And so it locks it, and what it'll do, let me go grab a key. Go and drop it down there. Where can I throw it in the system? I'll just put it in here. Let's go and send it down. You'll see it goes up over the pressure plate, and it switches. And so now, whenever you put something in there and send it up, it'll actually feed directly back into the hopper, which leads back into the dropper. So let me go ahead and send this back real quick. And you'll see that once the minecart returns to its position, it drops it, and it sends it back on the secondary water stream, which resets the switch, and also goes back directly into the hopper. In this way, your key card just isn't sitting around on the floor and you have to go running around looking for it. It's just right back in the dropper where you put it. And so you can run it, and that's pretty much it. I plan to find ways to optimize this section specifically. But like I said, if you want a world download, let me know. If you want to optimize it yourself, I think this is a pretty neat system for Minecraft servers with like mailboxes and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the design. I hope I optimized it a little bit. And I should also mention, I think I mentioned it in the last video, but you'll notice the composter on top of this hopper is designed to reduce server lag. I designed this whole thing right here to be much more server friendly compared to this monstrosity over here with its tons of redstone wiring and open hoppers. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you do use this later on.